Zach, it's been a strange 20 overs, right? You felt like you do have to feel that the momentum swung here and there. It wasn't exactly one-way traffic like it was for England at Eden Gardens.
Well, I think England wanting to play that aggressive, dominating kind of cricket. In the process, they're losing wickets. So 165, if you just look at the score, you'll say, okay, fine. Like, Chennai, anything can happen. This kind of total, you're always in the game. Maybe bowlers will have to bail the batters out. That kind of approach. But if you look at just in the micro analysis, there are situations, when a batter is hitting 6 and 4, then again going for a big shot, losing the wicket. Batter hitting 6 and 6, again losing the wicket. So those fine-tuning aspects of the game, if you bring in, then two set batters batting at the back end of the innings, maybe 3 overs, 4 overs, it's a different ball game. You're talking about difference of 20 runs. Now, 165 to 185, it's a huge difference in this format. And I think that's something which England think tank will have to think hard to strike that right balance. Maybe if you are able to be aggressive yet understanding those situations where you got to be a little smart, maybe change a gear, go down a little, adapt, and then give importance to having two set batters in for longer time. Is something which can add to this approach even more. And that's something food for thought for England think tank for sure.
Michael, this innings though, you'd have to say it's not one-way traffic like it was at Eden Gardens. So England did get their bits going, but you still see Baz McCullum's blueprint all over this. It was hell for leather for a large part of it, and then still getting outfoxed by spin for some part of it.
Yeah, they showed some good signs, some good striking. I just think, Baz McCullum's approach, it's very clear and obvious now across all the formats. He wants his players to go out and just be ultra aggressive all the time. With that becomes a huge amount of risk. Could England have got to 185 playing a little bit more sensible? Of course they could, but I just think Brendon McCullum is just trying to install into this England side very early in his white ball coaching reign that he wants ultra aggression, and it might end up with the team getting 20 below par or 30 below par for the first few games that he's in charge. But he'll be saying to them, the more that we do it, the more aggressive we are on a continuous basis, we'll then be able to get 200 plus on a regular basis as well. The smartness in me and the cynic in me believes that in white ball cricket now, there's a lot of skillful bowlers, and if you think you can just whack it all the time and hit the sixes pretty much against all the different bowlers on the different surfaces that you come up against, the cynic in me tells you that you'll probably end up 20, 30, probably short of par on a regular basis. But I was surprised, I have to say, that Hardik Pandya only bowled 2 overs, 1 for 6. And from an Indian perspective, the spin obviously the way to go against England. But to think that he bowled 2 overs and got 1 for 6 and didn't get another over, or at least 1 more, if not 2 more overs. England will look at the way that Hardik bowled, particularly those cutters and slow balls into the surface, and I'm pretty sure they'll try and copy exactly the way that he bowled.
Okay, let me ask you then a simple question, which perhaps does not have a simple answer. Between the optimist and the cynic, the batting effort you've seen today, who's winning? The optimist or the cynic?
Well, I think the optimist, just because I saw in Brydon Cast, Jamie Smith, 2 players that have just come into the side. Very, very exciting talents. We've seen them across Test match cricket. Jamie Smith in particular, I think, will play all formats for many, many years for England. He's going to be a fantastic cricketer. Brydon Cast is just kind of new to the scene, but he seems to have the right mentality, attitude, and obviously he'll have to do it with the ball in hand now, but with the bat in hand, when you've got players coming down at number 8 who can strike it, he was 31 of 17 and hit some nice blows against the spinners. Lots of starts, and Zach's exactly right. If England had just played just a little bit with the more sense, particularly 1 and 2 players that got in to take the game deep, they would have got 185. And look, 165 is in the game, but you would fancy your chances if you'd have got 185 on the board.